You both have the same father, obviously, since you're sisters. He's alive. He is, I understand, a former mission president, patriarch, and just a great member of our church. And talk about your father's response when he learned his grandson, Joel, is with a same-sex partner.
Well, Joel wanted to come out to my parents, and he brought Mark with him. And they went to my dad's house and my mom and dad's house. And he said, "Grandpa, I want you to meet Mark." And my dad took out his hand and shook Mark's hand and said, "Nice to meet you, Mark." And then Joel said, "Grandpa, Mark's my boyfriend." And without hesitation, my dad said, "Well, then I guess a hug is in order." And he stood up and took Mark in his arms and hugged him. And I just love that story that Joel shared that with me. And I think so often we're so afraid that if we embrace someone, I don't know, my dad lost nothing from that. He didn't lose his faith. I don't know why sometimes we think if we associate with people and don't correct them and think that what they're doing is wrong,
And our mom's reaction was the same as, I think that our parents were so happy to see Joel so happy because he has been very, very happy with Mark.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Our parents are very open-minded, I have to say, very loving and accepting. And I can't think of a single grandchild who couldn't come into their home and feel afraid of them. I mean, all of my kids want to go to grandma and grandpa's and they talk to them and they share stuff with them. And I feel like they've really set an example. Our dad was a professor and we had people from all over the world, all walks of life in our home. And our mom was just so accepting of people, I would say. And I'd have my friends over when I was a teenager, and I'd be waiting for them to come with me. We were going to go somewhere and they're all in the living room talking to my mom. And I'd say, "Come on, let's go." And they just wanted to hang out with my mom. She made people feel comfortable. And I really love my parents and appreciate what they have done for their grandchildren and how they have, because in every family, wouldn't you say, pretty much they have a lot of grandkids who have gone different paths, and none of those kids have been made to feel any different. They love them all. They really do. And they show it and they mean it. It's not a front they're putting on. They genuinely love every one of them.
Out of all their grandchildren, they have many who have left the church. And that doesn't change anything with them regarding their feelings for these grandchildren.
And you've done this good job of this already, talk to other parents that just have recently had a child leave the church and are pretty brokenhearted about it in two levels. One is they're worried about the next life and this idea of empty chairs and our family's never going to be together. And also just this feeling that I've failed as a parent. And I'm looking in the mirror and thinking I have really failed and there's something wrong with my parenting here. Just what would you say to those parents that are just kind of heartbroken